They have used the system to unlawfully track gang members. And this is the thing, there's a little sympathy for gang members out there. I'm not trying to be the advocate for gang members, but it's an example of an infringement that is justified by the public opinion that sets a precedent that it can then be far more widely abused in the future. Because we've set this precedent of it being appropriate now for a certain group of people, whoever is in charge decides what that group of people is. And this is why we always have to make sure that equality under the law, we always have to make sure that systems and processes are set up independently of bias, even though it's really, really hard to do. We have to make sure that these processes do happen in order to protect everyone equally.
And look, I think it's a really valid point. Trying to put your feet, if you will, in the shoes of the good guys and go, right, okay, this is why the law would operate well. But I found it always useful to try and, imagine what would someone with malicious intent, how could they take a law like this and misuse? And I think what you've just explained there around gang members, you can't misuse the law to surveil them, period, because actually it means that they could be surveilling other and better people for nefarious purposes.
There's a famous poem by, I think he's a German theologian called Martin Niemöller, and he talks about the groups that they go through. First they came for this group, then this group, then this group, and eventually they came for me, and there was no one left to stand for me. And this is what happens when we're not taking principled approaches to defending freedom and liberty. If you're not going to fight for the least of those, if you're not going to stand up for the scumbag and the scoundrel, sooner or later your ticket will come due. And I've seen it all too often where people are unprincipled until their issue comes to the top of the list, and then they're all about it. And that's my job, to take people from being issue-based defenders to principle-based defenders. And it's not always making me a popular guy, but I'll always stand for the principle of freedom and liberty for whoever it counts for.